Savvy readers, this month I am talking about all the awesome sciencey, explosion-y, scary books. The first book that I'm talking about is actually a paranormal book, and it's called Paranormalcy by Kirsten White, and this book was so sassy and awesome. It's about this girl who has some supernatural powers, and she can see through people's glamours. And so if you're a vampire and you look like a nice guy, she's like, nope, I see that you're a vampire. On with the holy water ankle bracelet, so, you know, if you trip up and you break the code, you get, you know, gone. Real gone. She's a kind of, not really super agenty kind of person, but she is, you know, put on charge with her own missions and whatnot. This book is great. It was exactly what I needed to start off my October and some good paranormal stuff. I love that book. I have not written a review for it, I don't think, but I really like it, and I'm gonna read the second book as soon as possible, and by that I mean no promises. The second book that I read this month was by Charles Gilman, and it is the fourth book in the Lovecraft Middle School series, and it is Substitute Creature, and basically it ties in this nor'eastern storm with snow and whatnot, and these people getting trapped in the school with the substitute creature who is so creepy. And then there are these things that come out of nowhere that is just like Trouble with Troubles, but like demonic. That series is so good. It is the Lovecraft Middle School series by Charles Gilman. I'm losing my breath. I'm getting sick. I don't know what it is. Cold weather, why? And time for tea. I always have to have a tea break. The next middle grade series that I have started is Nick and Tesla's High Voltage Danger Lab. It's the Nick and Tesla series, and this just came out today. It came out today. And so it's out, and I love it, and whether or not you're in middle school, or you're high school, or you're in college, or you're a science teacher, you should be reading this book. It took me like not very long to read this book. I think it took me about 3 hours, and because I just skimmed through like the science projects. So the science projects are pretty cool. Basically it's about this twin boy and girl, and their parents go off to some Eastern European country to tend the soybean farming stuff, science. And these kids, they love science, and so they send these kids off to go live with their uncle for the summer, and he is a mad scientist kind of person, but awesome, unlike the scientist in Lovecraft Middle School. But this one is awesome because you've got, like, I would say, Magic School Bus, Bill Nye the Science Guy meets a series of unfortunate events without the so unfortunate events. There is a kind of sad event in the book, but it's not like cry your eyes out, you know, The Fault in Our Stars. No, not that far. But, you know, it gets kind of serious at one point. You know, it's about these kids who are having adventures and they're doing all these science experiments, like putting Mentos and Coke and making, you know, rockets and stuff. And definitely something that if you are in middle school or you're under the age of, like, you know, 15, you should probably even if you're, like, over that age, you should probably do these projects with another person if you're gonna do them, because you might put your eye out. The art is pretty awesome, and the projects are pretty awesome as well. Yeah, this one was pretty cool. They had Nick and Tesla's semi-invisible nighttime van tracker. I really like it. I like the characters. That was awesome. Just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Before I read Nick and Tesla, though, I took some time to read The Maze Runner by James Nashner. I do have reviews for this and for Nick and Tesla up on my blog, so if you want to go check those out, they're like a little bit more in-depth kind of things, even though I weren't really ranty about Nick and Tesla for good reasons. But Maze Runner is pretty cool. If you've not read this series, it's about this guy named Thomas, and he wakes up without any memories in this elevator type thing, and it opens up. He crawls out into the glade where it's all boys. They're not all quite teenagers, like preteens and teenagers kind of thing. And basically there are these things called grievers. They're mostly robot, but they also have like fleshy bits and whatnot. And basically you do not want to get bit by those. It's bad news bears. And they really don't know why they're in this glade, but when you go out in the maze and it looks like that, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff, and everything moves every day, and so like if you are a runner and you go out in the maze, everything changes. It all changes. But at night, the gates close, except for this one time when they don't close and it's like, what do we do now? And things get a little crazy. Yes, I liked this book. It was like very like intense in some moments, and sometimes it was a little slow when there was no action going on, where you're just kind of like in Thomas's head. But I really liked the characters. I thought there was a good, at least you know, talking about the different kinds of characters, it was a nice variety. I thought it had a good twist on it. I was like not ever seeing that coming and stuff. Sometimes it's just really hard to talk about dystopian books because you're like, everything is the plot twist, really. But in this one, you are really getting to know what's going on as Thomas is getting to know, because, like I said, he doesn't remember anything. In this, you know, you've got a lot of like, whoa, this is crazy. Why is this happening? What is going on? Is the world outside like this? So if you've read any of these books, let me know below and let's discuss these things. I love talking about books. This was a good month for reading, I believe. It's good. I liked all of these books, really, a lot. Yes. And so I hope you all have a great November, and let me know what you're planning on reading this month, and I hope you have a great week, and keep reading!